this is your first time here, I'm the Northwest Fisherman Chris, and today we're going to be cracking open June's Platinum Monster Bass box. So let's get this thing cracked open. I didn't even look to see what this month's theme was, so it's going to be just as big a surprise for you guys as it is for me. Alright, the bite is best on top. Alright, that kind of gives me a feeling that the majority of everything in here is going to be Topwater. Let's see what we got. Helping you catch your greatness, champion club baits. So this is the platinum box. We're going to be opening this one today, and I also have this box, which we'll be opening in another video. You got your live on Thursdays, pointers from the pros, King of Power Fishing Lures. This is going to be your buzz baits, which buzz baits are really sweet. You can basically just fish those pretty much everywhere that there's just not like a insane amount of like, I wouldn't even say like grass on top, but more of like, you know, like the hydrilla and stuff, and the thin ivy lily pads that grow all over the place. Those are like the only two conditions that you really can't fish a buzzbait. Pop it when it's hot. Poppers, dude, I love poppers. Like, I get pretty excited about poppers, and I'm kind of picky about my poppers and the sounds that they make, because not all poppers are equal. And even if you get like a really good popper and you go buy another one, I don't feel like it's always quite the same pop. Great search and destroy bait. So they are going to be talking about, oh, this is going to be like your weedless toads. So like your soft plastic toads. Bait Hack, Major League Fishing Monthly. You got your Astro tables, your PB. All these guys got their PBs from the box. Alright, so let's get into this and see what we got. Okay, so first up here, we got a Buzz Frog from Blitz Lures. Now let's check this guy out. Super soft, weedless. Every frog says it's super soft, but if you fished enough frogs, you just kind of know that you have to boil them. Oh, this one's actually pretty soft. What's the color on this guy here? They call this color Brown Rattler. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's brown. That's brown. Little chartreuse on the sides, little gold on the back. Get your little kicker legs back there. But realistically, we all know most of the time with frogs that you have to boil them to soften up the actual body. Another thing that I like to do to hollow body frogs is I like to take like a little box and wrench and bend up these hooks just a little bit up like that, because I feel like that really helps with the hookup ratio. I just feel that helps. No, that's pretty sweet. Well, frog. There's nothing wrong with a frog. Like, a frog is a great bait, like all the time. Say anything special about it? Oh, it's got VMC hooks, which is cool. Now, okay, so these paddle tail frogs, you can just kind of straight retrieve them if you want to, but I like to kind of pop them a little bit harder and farther than I would like kind of pop like a normal frog. So I'll kind of just pop it and like draw it back like that, holding tension. Occasionally, you don't want to do that all the time, because you could definitely miss a hook set doing it like that if you don't have like a really high speed reel. But with a frog anyway, you're going to be wanting to throw, in my opinion, like a 7.2 to 1 or higher. I just don't feel like a 6.3 to 1 really has enough ratio to really pull them out of the cover like that. Granted, you have the extra you got that winching power of the gear ratio, but I would almost rather just whip them across the top of the water as fast as I can versus trying to fight them through all of the cover. Plus, you can fish these on your straight braid. Alright, moving on. Next one. Oh! Alright, so we got the ARC TP70 popper. So this is 2 3/4 inches long, and the weight on this is 3/8 of an ounce. Let's crack this guy open here. You know, the ARC products, I actually kind of really like them. Let's see what we got here. Topwater popper, obviously. Walk the dog action, where you can pop it like a regular popper. The color on this is baby bass, and that is sweet. It's got that nice black back, that nice highly reflective side there, kind of a pearl colored belly. That's pretty sweet. We're just gonna rip that off. Okay. These hooks are nice. So these are a little bit, these aren't quite an EWG style hook, but the shanks are very straight and they are slightly pointed inward. It's got a beautiful feathered tail on it, that nice white pearly belly, the nice red mouth. I'm 90% sure I do not have any ARC poppers, and I've been pretty satisfied with all the other baits that I've gotten from ARC. So I think this is going to be a killer. Alright, let's give this thing a listen. Nice little subtle rattle. I like my poppers to be kind of loud and obnoxious. So the more splash and the more like, if you can think about like a traditional rattle trap, like a Bill Lewis rattle trap, like that like BBs in a tin can sound, that's the sound I really, really love for poppers, because it just makes them kind of ridiculous, and I really like that. But this nice subtle sound, this is really good too, because sometimes you just don't want to be the most obnoxious thing on the water. But yeah, this is sweet. It's a really nice, well-made bait. Nice big mouth there. I can't wait to get out and try this thing. Next up, Hyperelastics. So this is like they call it a dart prop. So this is interesting looking. So this reminds me of like a spy bait. Is it topwater? No, it's sinking. The color for this doesn't really make a lot of, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see that, but the color that lists is HYDP5 or S5BKSS, which I'm guessing is, yeah, I don't know. Huh. Anyway, let's get this thing open. This is weird. Hyperelastics baits. We don't have them. I haven't seen them in any shops, like Bass Pro, Cabela's, or even like the small pro shops in my area. But the stuff that I get from them is has all been pretty sweet. So let's get this guy out here. Okay, so it's kind of like a shad pattern. So it's a lot like a spy bait. It's got that sliding weight there. But it's also a soft body plastic. Okay, so it's got these ribbons or rubber bumpers there so the weight doesn't fall off. Okay. Nice little Texas rig type of deal. Submersible bait. It's obviously sinking because it is fairly heavy. The color on this is kind of like a shad pattern, which either way, it'll work out fine. But it's got these massive propellers that are screw locked, so you could realistically, after this wears out, and if you don't lose this, keep fishing it on a different plastic body of your choice, which is really cool. And if anything else, this EWG here with the weight transfer and the front prop on it, you can definitely reuse because it's got this little nose cone piece that slips right up to it. So that's actually really sweet. On a slow retrieve, it develops a seductive side-to-side action, plus the flashes and turbulence caused by the tail prop. Okay, so this is something that's definitely going to be either really, really cool, and I'm really going to like it, or this is one of those lures that catches fishermen instead of fish. Either way, this thing's pretty sweet. I'm definitely going to try this out. This is a 10,000% throw. Just the whole setup, the rig itself, all in general. I could even switch this out for a lure that fits my bait fish better. But I don't have to necessarily. That's awesome. I like this a lot. Okay, so this month's box is already kind of really killing it. Okay, here we go. Bruiser baits, Banger 110. This is a floating 110 jerk bait, so it's 4 3/4 inches long, half of an ounce. You know, all those good things that we like in our jerk baits. Oh, come on. And I know I don't have this color of the Bruiser, which realistically it's a Vision clone. Okay, it's got the little weight transfer system in there. It's got some pretty good hooks on it. The color on this is Pro Blue, which is an awesome color anywhere. Really, this is floating. Half of an ounce. I don't see this being floating. This is definitely a suspending jerkbait. But yeah, nice blue back. It's pretty well translucent all the way around through the middle there. Nice clear, kind of ghosted white a little bit. You got the little bit of the orange there on the belly. Let's give this thing a listen. It's got a nice sound to it. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Just enough differences so it's not copyright infringement on the Vision. So of course this guy's going to sit nose down like that. Just like the Vision. Just like that. It's a pretty nice bait. I actually kind of really like the Bruiser jerkbaits. They're not bad. I mean, obviously they're not Vision good, and I wouldn't say that they're better than the Provoke, but I keep them in my box for a reason. And I mean, I am a jerkbait guy, but they're not bad. And they come in different colors that you don't normally get. Like, well, you get the Vision in this color because you get the Vision basically every color. But I don't think that you can get the Provoke in a translucent Pro Blue. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Another jerkbait that I've been experimenting with lately is I picked up the Shimano Flash Boost. It's really good, and it feels really good, and it looks really good, and I really like it. But still definitely going to throw this in the box. Ow, that's my finger. Okay, let's just do this one. Alright, so we got a prop knocker and chartreuse, 3/8 ounce, perfect. This is our buzz bait. Really like buzz baits. I like spinner baits too. I wouldn't say I like them more than chatter baits or spinners, because I like spinners, but there ain't nothing wrong with a buzz bait. Oh, that's great. And that's the other thing about buzz baits. They don't have to be something ridiculously fancy, you know. But just with all the same rules as your spinner baits and your chatterbaits and any type of jig like that, you want to run a trailer. Even if it's just like a piece of a Ned rig or like a Cinco or anything, just put something with mass right here so the bass have something to draw in their mouths when they open up. The skirt's a little wonky down here, but whatever, it's fine. Not really worried about it. But that chartreuse, it's gonna be a winner. And then throw like a black trailer or like a super dark blue trailer, maybe like a frog imitator or a grub tail or a black paddle tail, anything like that, and just run it. Another cool thing about buzzbaits, so when it's going through the water, you kind of want them to make as much noise as possible, obviously. But also, you can bend these just a little bit more so that blade, I bent it a hair too much there, just barely nips the body. Big tech tip right there. Just so it barely nicks the body. I mean, it'll beat up the body a little bit, but who cares, really? I still prefer buzzbaits over, like, the whopper plopper, but that's just me. I mean, I like the whopper plopper, don't get me wrong, but some traditional things, they're just that good. And for me, the buzzbait is up there. Yeah, that thing's nice. Stout, 3/8 ounce. Yeah, buzzbaits. I love spinners and I love buzzbaits. Okay, so we got some EWG style hooks here, keeping you hooked. Carbon steel, black nickel. They're from Sandbar Tackle. And oh, it does. Okay. EWG style, 5/0. That's a pretty hefty hook. What did they give us? Like, it's a pretty hefty hook. What is going on here? Is that one screwed up? Hold on. Let me grab another one out here. Huh. Okay, yeah. So, what? Yeah, okay, so the first one I pulled out isn't bent properly, which is kind of weird and almost kind of worrisome, because I've never used these hooks before. So there's your 5/0 EWG. And then there's the weird misshapen one that I got that's just not bent all the way. And it's kind of out like that, too. Huh. Anyway. Got some 5/0. Let's see what else we got in here. Big Bite Baits. We got some 4 1/4 inch Kamikaze swim on split tails and pearl. Okay, that's obvious what this is. These are supposed to be for. These are our trailer for our buzzbait, white and chartreuse. I love it. That's a great combo. Let's go ahead and just throw this on here. Because you don't always have to have a trailer that's like crazy or anything like that. You just have to have something for your spinners. And, people can be like, oh, I catch stuff all the time without a trailer on any of my spinners or buzzbaits. Okay, yeah, no, I believe it. You're still catching fish, but what about the fish that you're missing on that hookup? And that's what you get. The buzzbait with its trailer, that's a great trailer. Zoom makes a giant package of trailers. That's really good that I use, that are also like a pearl white, but they got a little blue flake in them. But these are wicked. White's fine. I would have preferred black. but white is fantastic too. Kamikaze Swiffin Split Tail. Nice bait. Here's why we got those giant hooks. Okay, so we got some Vicious Fishing Tournament Series frogs here. Doesn't give us a color on it, but let's get this out, see what it looks like. Yeah, so these are like a watermelon. Yeah, it's watermelon. So it's essentially like your traditional green pumpkin, red flake. Wow, these are super salty. Okay, let's just rig one of these up real quick. Not on that hook. Let's try the not bent hook. I need to throw that hook away because I keep picking it up. So just throw it like that. Spin it around. I like to go, when I'm Texas rigging, I'll go all the way to where it starts to bend because I like to pull the bait. I like to pull the bait, come on bait, up over that hook eye, okay, like that, for a couple reasons. One, it protects the knot. Two, I can bury the knot in here so it's not get caught on like little pieces of grass or whatever. And then measure it out, stick it through, just like that, and then skin hook it, bam, you're good to go. Nice little kicky legs back there. It's kind of reminiscent of our hollow body, but this guy's heavy enough it's going to sink just a little bit. The color is awesome, and man, this thing salty. It's just coming right off of it. It's not really scented, but it's salty, and it's a nice heavy bait. Like the soft plastic it's made out of is heavy. It's dense. It's a very dense plastic. But we got 4 of those in here. I actually, this is another bait company that I don't see very often, that I've actually like came to be really appreciative, is Vicious. I got a jerk bait. I think it was out of a Monster Bass box too, last year. The Vicious 110, which once again, you know, it's another Vision clone, because Vision, that's the bar. Like, you want to copy the bar, like what everybody wants. It works great, solid. So in their lineup, they have this one color combination. I believe I want to say it's their perch, but it doesn't look like any other perch pattern. I'm throwing this hook away. It doesn't look like any other perch pattern that you would typically think of or like look at and see and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely a perch. That's definitely the one I want to throw. It's definitely not bad, but it's a killer. It's a absolute killer. So there's my golden ticket for the month, for the drawing. Oh, okay, this month's decal is actually really, really sick. I like that. Super simple, super cool. I like it. But that Vicious 110, it's that one like weird perch color, because it's like a light green and it's got blue streaks on it, kind of like you would expect from like a bluegill bait, I guess. But it's the weirdest looking thing, but it works great. I lost 2 of them last year, and I still bought a 3rd. But yeah, guys, summer's here. Summer's in full swing. There's a lot of changes coming on my end over here, and I'm sorry for kind of being absent this last month, but I had a lot of like personal life things going on, and it's been a lot, and it's not over with yet. I'll probably make a video about like really what's going on later, but I do feel guilty about not making as many videos, and just the last couple months have been super rough over here. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. So that's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's pretty much the show. So it's nice out there. All right, be safe, hydrate. All right, guys, gotta drink the water. Soda doesn't count as water. Gatorade, I'll, I'll I'll let that slide as water. Okay, it's not water, but it's better than nothing. Okay, don't drink the lake water unless you have like purification or something. But yeah, get yourself like a nice sun shirt. I have a couple nice sun shirts to keep the UV rays off of me so I don't get absolutely burnt to a crisp. Um, but yeah, get out there, FAFO, fish around and find out. Take care, guys. See you later.